Behind the Scene with David Bedein, June 18th, 2023. Well, we face a situation unprecedented in the 52 years I've been in Israel. As a journalist, I've been here 36 years following the situation. Unprecedented because of what the United States is saying against Israel. Now, the subtlety of the U.S. criticism of Israel's so-called settlements is something to be noticed, because there was a French version and the English version of what the Resolution 242 meant on November 22nd, 1967. That there was the French version, which is Israel has to relinquish all their territories, and there was the English version that Israel has to relinquish territories. Now, the difference is very important. Now, it's like Israel can't build any Jewish communities, some Jew, whatever. Now, Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State, has made it clear all Jewish communities in Judea, Samaria, represent a roadblock to peace. Now, that's what he said at the AIPAC conference, that it interferes with the horizon of a two-state solution for peace. Now, that's very, very strange, because what the U.S. Secretary of State's man on the ground, Tom Nine, says is very, very different. Actually, I've had some, as a journalist, I've had some good interaction, friendly interaction, even if we don't agree, with the United States ambassador to Israel. When we met at the time of the Biden visit to Israel in July 2022, it was very clear. He walked up to me and said, "Would you please, I don't mind taking tough questions, ask them." So I did. I've been asking tough questions ever since, and the answers are not very, very pleasant. Now, I start with a question, and these are questions, again, ask a question, answer, which is he does not hesitate to ask his assistant to give me an answer. So I asked him, well, the Palestine Security Forces, the PSF, trained by the U.S. to fight Arab terrorists, instead carries out daily attacks, fostered a PSF unit, the Al-Aqsa Brigades, which is very much at war with Israel. 10,000 attacks during the year of 2022 is very clear. It's an answer. So I asked him, would you reconsider U.S. sponsorship for the PSF, the Palestinian Security Forces? The answer was no. Okay. Then another issue which has come up, which is a very traumatic issue for everyone in Israel because it affects everyone, the Palestinian Authority enacted unprecedented legislation to provide a salary for life for anyone who murders a Jew. Now, this is not the kind of legislation that would say anyone would want as a neighbor to live next to Israel. Again, you have a neighbor who has a legislation that if you murder a Jew, you get a salary for life. So I asked them, would the government U.S. government ask the PA, the Palestinian Authority, to repeal the law which provides a salary for life for anyone who murders a Jew, and which functions as an unprecedented incentive to kill Jews? The answer was no, very clearly. And I asked he said he was hesitant very, very hesitant about the pay for slay law, condemns it. I said, what about asking for it to be condemned, and not only condemned, but also repealed? And the answer is no. Okay. Then the Palestinian Ministry of Education updated its curriculum, which indoctrinates children to make war on Jews, and they've reissued a book, and you can't quite see it here, but in 2023, a school book which was reissued, which is a school book that provides a picture and a biography of Dalal al-Mughrabi, a woman who murdered 36 Jews, and she's presented as a role model. I asked a simple question: would you ask for a new curriculum, and would you ask for this book to be removed from the PA curriculum, which you're paying for? And the answer was no. Again, it was in writing, a very clear answer. Now, we asked if the PA, again, we asked if the PA, asked the U.S. if they would ask the Palestinian Authority to remove the Palestinian Authority textbook from 2023, which displays Dalal al-Mughrabi, we just showed that picture to you, who murdered 36 Jews, including 12 children, and she's presented as a role model. That's not something unprecedented, and the U.S. will not ask for it to be removed. Now, the U.S. provides a 1.6 UNRWA with a substantive budget for 6 billion to a portion of the 1.6 billion dollars of UNRWA to service the 6.7 million descendants of Arab refugees in the 59 temporary refugee camps. And in those refugee camps, they indoctrinate the idea of the right of return to villages, which existed before 48. And we asked the NIDES, the U.S. ambassador, would you ask for a change in UNRWA policy? The answer is no, but something else did happen, which is positive, which is that the United States has been holding back, has been putting in escrow the allocation that it gives each year to UNRWA until they would change their policy. Now, why should they change their policy? Because there is a contract. It's on our website, IsraelBehindTheNews.com. On our website, you can see the contract between the U.S. and UNRWA. That UNRWA, according to the contract between the U.S. and UNRWA, the UNRWA cannot ask for U.S. funds so long as the incitement and indoctrination continues, especially like in the school book you just saw. However, they have not. The UNRWA will not change their school books, therefore they're not getting the money. Very interesting. This is opposed by Blinken, opposed by NIDES, but again they're continuing, which is very interesting. Now, the PA texts used by UNRWA now distribute 120 maps which replace all Jewish cities with Arabic names on both sides of the 1967 line, a new form of Judenrein. Now, the government of the United States could ask the UNRWA to use standard maps in schools which run under the auspices of the UN to depict geographic details of each UN member state, including Israel. They could put out a Rand McNally map. What's the problem? We asked if Ambassador NIDES, if the U.S. would make that kind of recommendation, again in honor of his promulgation of what they call the two-state solution. The answer is no. And last but not least, we asked the U.S. ambassador about the position of Saudi Arabia, which continues to support boycotts of Israel and the boycott of Israel around the world and participating in vicious anti-Israel forums. Would they say anything about that? No response. So we have here a situation where the U.S. government, which is the nation that leads the idea of a two-state solution as the only solution for peace in the Middle East, with a total abandonment, as Blinken made it clear, of Jewish communities taken in areas of Judea, Samaria, which are viewed as disputed territories, whatever. And the answer is very, very clear. And unfortunately, if they do want what they call a two-state solution, then let's see some attitudes to peace from the Palestinian Authority, which is the centerpiece of the Palestinian state. And we don't see that at all. What we see instead is something that member of Knesset Begin, he's no longer a member of Knesset, the son of the late Menachem Begin, he coined a phrase that the Palestinian Authority and the PLO are promoting the two-stage solution, not the two-state solution. So this is something to be taken very seriously. And next week, my theme will be focusing on what the United States did, which most people didn't understand how they did it during the expulsions from Gush Katif, the Jewish section of Gaza, and the retreat from Gaza. Very important. The role that the key role that the United States played. Had it been territories for peace, perhaps it would have been different. But it's as General Aaron Yariv, who was the Israel intelligence chief who coined the term territories for peace, when he heard the idea that Israel should just withdraw from territories, he said, we support territories for peace, not territories before peace. And that's the most important thing to understand from this discussion today. Behind the scene with David Bedein. Thank you.